Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Jay here. This is Visions of Reality update number 3. It is now October 18, 2024, and I just wanted to give you guys an update on what's going on. Lots of updates since the last time I've released an update. I'm saying update a lot. So yesterday I finally put in the order. Yes, believe it or not, it's been almost 20 years in the making. I came up with the song Visions of Reality. I have the demo on my computer from 2005. And yeah, I have a couple of, I went to a couple of websites and said, give me a logo for Visions of Reality, but I don't have an official logo. And how I realized that was I went on Fiverr and I was shopping around for some album artwork for the upcoming album. And I found this dude here, Leon, top rated, 5 stars. He has 104 reviews. And he has some amazing album artwork here. I'm very impressed. And he says right at the bottom here, I don't do logos. And I was like, I don't have any logo. I don't have a logo. And it is less than a month from my self-imposed deadline that I want to have this project finally, all the songs written, recorded, edited, everything done. And I don't have a freaking logo for Visions of Reality. So I said, you know what? I need a logo. So I did some searching and I found this dude here, Fanny Serjati. He's top rated, 4.9 stars, 1.3K reviews here. And I'm just looking at some of his different logos here, and I'm pretty impressed. So I put my order in. It's like about $100. So you know what? It's professional. It's gonna be logo transparency, vector file, printable file, 3D mockup, all that stuff, source file, social media kit. Yeah, you know what? $100. I'll do it. So I put in my order in. Should be a few days. I'll get the logo back. And once I get that back, I'm gonna probably put the order in with Leon here. He's got 5 stars, over 100 reviews, and I'm really impressed with the digital artwork he's got here. You probably can't see it here, but he's got a bunch of different. I just really like the vibrancy of the just the surreal type of this landscapes and stuff, and it's really gonna work for the concept that I have for the album artwork that I have. And I'm gonna say, the hardest part about trying to write an album or trying to write lyrics for songs for this album I should say, the hardest part about writing this album is the lyrics. That's what I was trying to say. But I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. So I'll stop surfing the web here. So what's been super helpful is ChatGPT and Microsoft Copilot. And I'll tell you what, I mean, I put in for probably a few of the songs, not all of them, but I would say about half of the songs on this album, I struggle with writing the lyrics for it. So I would go to ChatGPT and I say, here's my idea for the song. Please help me with, lyrics for it. And I would type out maybe a paragraph, like here's the concept of the song. And I was like absolutely blown away by how well it did with coming up with the structure of the song, the verses, the chorus, the bridge, sometimes an outro. And, it wasn't perfect. And I wouldn't, take it word for word all the time. Those sometimes I would, for maybe a line or two, but a lot of times I would move things around. I would change a word or two to make it fit something I wanted it specifically to say. I noticed that I always try to fit a story. I don't like things to be super abstract. I like things to be more, not necessarily literal, but to fit a story. Something that makes sense. Something that's I don't want someone to read something and necessarily have their own interpretation of it. And I get that it's a style, and I respect that. I super respect that, people that do have that. But I like to have either a story or something literal. That's my style. So a lot of times I'll type into ChatGPT because it'll come back with something kind of abstract and kind of hazy, interpretative, and I'll be like, come back, return that with more literal, less abstract. And it does. And I'm pretty impressed by its ability to do that. And like I said, I'll take chunks here and there, but I'll say I do feel like I'm cheating sometimes. I will admit, I feel like I'm cheating sometimes, but it's a tool like anything else. And I don't feel like I have to give credit to some kind of other sentient being, like I don't think of AI as like another person. It's a large language model, so I have to say it's an amalgamation of all the human thoughts and talent and the mind of humanity over time, all kind of amassed together. So in reality, do I have to give credit to humanity, to the human consciousness collective or whatever? I don't know how that works. It's kind of like, it's all me. So here's, if it's not going to be because this is going to be a digital album, I'm not releasing any kind of CDs or LPs necessarily. I mean, I might do that later, but it's going to be on like Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Music and stuff like that. I'm just coming up with, an album, just the front cover, and releasing on DistroKid. It's not going to be anything crazy, but it's going to have 11 songs, and the credit is here. So here's the credit. It's going to be all music written by me, and lyrics by me and ChatGPT. So there you go, folks. But anyways, like I said, I got my self-imposed deadline is November 15, 2024, to have everything done. And as far as the music and recording and editing, and I'm mostly done. The all I have to do now is just kind of go through and just do a lot of editing and mixing and stuff like that. And I'm mostly done with Behold the End, which is I think gonna be the epic of the album. I mean, the band is called Visions of Reality, which is really just a one-man band. It's really me. I've done everything on it. I didn't ask for any help from anybody. I wanted it to be just a one-man thing, and I might in the future ask for help and collaboration on subsequent albums. But I want to be like Theocracy, like Matt Smith. I want to be all me from the start and then go from there. Being a little facetious here, but I want it to be kind of like I wanted to get it all done, but I still have to finish the lyrics for Behold the End, The Killer Awakes, and Conscious Oblivion. And like I said, it's been the hardest part is the lyrics. And I'm still not done with that yet. And that's once I get that done, then I already have the vocal melodies and how I'm going to deliver it already in my head. So that's the easy part is coming up with the melodies and the song structure. That's the easy stuff. That's nothing. The lyrics are the hardest part. ChatGPT is huge. That saved my life, honestly. To get this done on time. So I just got to do that. Once I have the lyrics done, then I can just do the vocal delivery stuff. And getting that done will probably take me a few days. So I think I'll get it done on time. And then it's just a matter of getting the logo. That should be done in a few days. And then once I get that back, I'll put in my order for the artwork. That should take another few days. And another cool thing about ChatGPT is that they have this now, the artwork option too, the image option. And I put in my a paragraph of what I wanted for that. And let me tell you, I was pretty impressed, even though it wasn't really exactly what I wanted it to be, but it was so close, and I could use it as an example because on Fiverr you can say, here's what I want, and then you can attach an example. I'll be able to attach that example from ChatGPT, the image that it spit out, and say, here's what ChatGPT spit out. This is an example. Now here's how I want it to be, what I actually want it to be. I don't want to spill the beans on this. It's going to be a surprise. When this thing comes out, it's going to be freaking epic. What the album cover is. I want it to be a surprise to everybody. I've told a couple people what it's going to be, but I want it to be absolutely freaking epic. And the way Leon does his album covers, absolutely epic. I want it to be epic like that. But just how amazing the way ChatGPT, the vibrancy of it was what shocked me the most. Like how vibrant the colors were. Because the biggest thing about the album cover is I want it to be, there's a dichotomy of it. All I'm gonna give away is there's a dichotomy of darkness meeting brightness, of a dark, like kind of like a gloomy, hellish meeting like a paradisiacal, Garden of Eden type of vibe, in the middle, that kind of a thing. That's all I'm going to give you. And the way that and with the colors and the vibrancy and just the the glory, you know. And the way that ChatGPT pulled that off was absolutely majestic, you know. I was absolutely astonished. And if the guy can even come close to that, whilst getting the details correct, because ChatGPT would frustratingly get details wrong. You know how it like adds extra fingers and stuff like that, or it wouldn't put the person facing the right direction. You know, things like that. You know, it would get so many things right that you wouldn't think it would, but it would get so many things wrong that was so freaking frustratingly simple that you think it would get right, even though you were like so clear in the instructions. But I digress. The whole point is that it's going to be epic, folks. That's going to be the one thing I think is going to draw people in. Behold the End, I think, is going to be the song that I think, especially when you hear the lyrics, because that's one of the songs that ChatGPT helped me with. But that song, and I'm going to end on this, is a concept based off the Urantia book about the whole idea of what would happen if the world was to be struck by some kind of cataclysmic event. Like, let's say, for example, we were to get hit by an asteroid, and or maybe climate change, you know, did some kind of massive destruction to the Earth, or there was a like nuclear war, like let's say Russia, you know, sent some nukes here, and we sent nukes there, and then nukes were flying everywhere, you know, and it was mutually assured destruction, right? And there was like fallout, radiation everywhere, and most of humanity was destroyed. There's only like a few 100,000 or a few thousand people left. Like, what would happen in that situation? Well, the Urantia book says that, and in the case where that would happen, that there would be some celestial beings, or maybe some aliens, if you want to call them that, would intervene, and they would not let the entire human race wipe themselves out. They would come down and intervene, and they would install a dematerialization device that would take the remaining salvageable population of this planet and dematerialize them with this device and transport their bodies to another planet and personalize them there and reconstruct their bodies and probably to another planet that's either already terraformed to suit the needs of that species or shortly thereafter, and they would literally continue their civilization on a new planet. Like, freaking mind-blowing stuff, like stuff that you would think, okay, this is like Star Trek related stuff. This is something you would hear about maybe in a Marvel movie or Star Trek, Star Wars. No, this was written in 1934, folks. 1934, like published in 1955, the Urantia book, like pre any of that stuff. Like, this is mind-blowing stuff. And when I first read that, I was blown away, and I was like, this is perfect for that song. So Behold the End, and that's gonna be, I think, the song that's going to grab the attention. I think the way that I wrote that song, it's like a black / progressive metal song, a little bit of death metal, a lot of keyboards, a lot of melody, killer solo at the end. It's going to be the song that grabs everybody's attention. And then Conscious Oblivion, which is going to be the song that is which is what inspired the album cover. You'll see. This is going to be, I think, it ended up being something that was just supposed to be like a fun project. Ended up, I poured like tons of money into it as far as the software with Reaper and Amplitude and Arturia and these KRK speakers and all the stuff that I've bought. Now I'm going to spend like a few $100s on the logo and the artwork. This has become a passion project, and it's worth every penny. And I hope everybody enjoys it at least as much as I've had, if not more. It's going to be awesome, folks. Stay tuned for another update soon. Have a good one.